Death Valley. I know that. Everyone gets on the field after every game, but obviously this was something a little different. So, you're a visiting fan and you're heading into Death Valley. Something like 81,000 seats, mostly orange, a little bit of purple, and in one or two corners of the stadium, you've got your fans. So, first things first, you're heading into upstate South Carolina and you're looking for a hotel ahead of time. And they exist, but forget about it. We're talking like $300 a night. And you're in some hole in the wall in upstate South Carolina. So I had the bright idea, I'm going to stay in Greenville. Greenville is something like 30 miles away from Clemson. And you're there, and then on the road to Clemson, which is this like long country road, perfectly straight. It's kind of eerie. There's these orange tiger paws heading up the road. Really does set the mood. So first you get to Clemson, and you got to see the campus and walk around. But the number one thing you're looking to do is head to Memorial Stadium, Death Valley, because you want to see that rock. And of all the rocks I've seen, it is one of them. So I get to Greenville. I had a Motel 6. It was probably like $40 back then. And I was the only person who was visiting there. Everyone else happened to live there. So, scary night. I watched, I think it was Florida State versus Boston College that Friday night. And I get out of there and there's a continental breakfast, which is half of a carafe of coffee. And looking at that coffee maker, I didn't even touch it. The gates open, you head into the stadium, and what you notice is there's all these like historical Clemson things hanging from the walls, different scenarios, different games they won. I'm sure it's been updated since 2016. But it's definitely a place that feels like very much a cathedral to Clemson football.
Let's go stop the world, baby! A beautiful late afternoon in Clemson, South Carolina. The Panthers are a decided 3-touchdown underdog to Clemson, so it's a big challenge for the Panthers. Minutes to go. How bad do you want it, guys? It's it right there. 1-point game.
Yeah, so game's getting down, getting closer. A couple things I remember is, the Tigers are, again, throwing the ball at will, and they're getting close to another score. This score feels like it's going to be back-breaking, and that's the interception.
Play action fake, he rolls right, throws it for the
intercepted!
It's intercepted coming up the field. Salim Brightwell, he's at the 15, 20, he's at the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 40, 35, tackled at the 30-yard line by Mike Williams.
So we're getting closer, and at this point we're down below 2 minutes, and in my head I know the game is over. It's 3rd and 1. Clemson needs a yard to win the game. That's the situation.
And a little toss to the right, and he did not get it. And they don't want to score anymore. They want to get a first down here on 4th and 1.
At this point, you, me, and everyone else in the world knows if they throw a 3-yard hitch, the game is over.
Under center, Watson toss, and they cut it back.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it.
No way. Ball over on downs. Don't go away. 58 seconds to go.
Almost seeing it, looking down the field. It's at the far end of the field for me. And Nate Peterman, goes back. He makes that run. And Pat Narduzzi comes out calling timeout. Could have been a first down. It's awfully close. And at that point, you knew Pat's nervous too. And the players got to do it on their own. There's that big pass to Scott Orndorff. And I think there's almost an interception on the far sideline. It's Dantes Ford or something. It almost gets picked by Clemson. So finally we're there, and we're trotting Chris Blewett out onto the field. I want to say at this point, I'm holding hands with the girl to my right who's holding hands with her family. And I think, I can't be 100%, but I want to say I'm holding hands with Quadri Henderson's mom. Ball snapped, kick is up, we're sideways to it, looks far enough, and then you see a guy underneath the goalpost wearing blue going crazy, and that's when we all knew. Referee's arms go up, and it's pandemonium. I can't really even remember if it's the last play of the game that this happens or if it's right then, but I'm hugging the girl next to me. I'm hugging Quadri Henderson's mom. There's a guy behind me in one row in a yellow rain jacket, and I was hugging him, but it wasn't really a embrace. It was one of those hugs where you and the other person are beating on each other as hard as you can. So we're beating each other up in excitement. Ball game ends. Pitt beats Clemson. So there were 2 kids in front of me in the front row. Tall kid, and he gets behind Pat Narduzzi once he gets on the field. He deserves that because he's the first one who does it. They jump over the wall and get on the field. And I'm looking, and there's a long line of security in front of the visitor bench. I look, and I see them running, and I see that none of the security guards are moving to arrest them. So I turn to the family next to me and say goodbye, I've got to go. And I run, and I jump on the field, which is further than you think it is. So I land on the ground, and I'm looking up, and 5 yards away from me, there's security guards. They're looking at me, but they got their hands out, and I stand up and start running, and I'm slapping all the hands of the security guards. They're all giving me high fives as though they're Gamecock fans. And I'm running to the center of the field because I want to find Pat Narduzzi at this point. I'm 27 years old. I don't have a kid. I don't have a wife. The most important thing for me in my entire life at this point is Pitt football. So I'm not thinking clearly. You've got tunnel vision from the moment that field goal goes through. I had some kind of problem with my pants. I don't think I had a belt. So I'm keeping those up, and I'm running toward it, and I'm singing the victory song with the players in the band. So I turn around and I start running toward the paw print. I get there and I'm on my knees and I start pounding on that orange paw. And I'm looking up to the sky and I'm screaming, Santa Claus is real. than she was. And eventually I leave, going up the hill, passing, that rock, start driving towards Nashville.